The Prudential Ride London Surrey 100 is just a great event.
Just completed the Prudential Ride 100. Did I enjoy it? It was absolutely amazing.
Absolutely an amazing experience to be cycling with all these people and closed roads. It was really fun.
It was really great. Really enjoyed it, and it's in memory of my donor who I had a heart transplant 20 years ago.
There was such amazing support from everyone around the court, even the riders with you, all chatting and saying, come on, you can do it.
I think the Londoners are very friendly, very hospitable, lots of cheering along the way, and that's what made it worthwhile and got me to the end.
You find yourself getting emotional. You've got all these people and they want you to do well and they're willing you to do well.
You turn around the corner and you see Buckingham Palace, and it just gives you that extra bit of energy and like get out the saddle and just sprint that last bit.
I'm so pleased I completed it. It's something that's going to be treasured in my memory banks forever, hopefully.
Time's irrelevant, it's not a race, you do it in your own time and you can challenge yourself.
If you haven't done it, you have to do it. You definitely have to do it.
Ride 100!
Oh, the crowds are amazing all along the route, like not just at the finish line, midway, at the first quarter, last quarter, people sitting outside the houses just cheering us on, some playing music, so it's a really good energy boost in itself.
Yeah, it was so much better than I thought it would be. It was really well organised, and despite the rain to begin with, the atmosphere was amazing.
To pass the finish line on the mile was absolutely incredible. I was absolutely buzzing, had my hand up in the air. I was like, yes, I've done it. So fantastic, satisfied. It's absolutely brilliant.
It was fantastic. I think the atmosphere was great in spite of the weather we had this morning. The first hour and a half I was kicking myself for signing up or showing up this morning, but it just got better and better.
It's absolutely amazing to be part of that with all these young people. Then I'm definitely going to come back.
As the title suggests, it's 19 miles and it starts at Sandown Park in Surrey and rides the last 19 of the Prudential Ride London 100 and finishes on the Mall. And it is an event that is open to everybody, you from age 12 upwards.
I've previously done the 100 and my son's always got to kind of watch me finish. I thought it would be really cool for him to just participate, and 20 miles is well within our reach, really good distance.
First time I'm participating in that kind of big cycling event, so I like the whole atmosphere and that kind of thing.
It was just a lovely bike ride. I couldn't quite get my head around just being able to go straight through everything. It was amazing to have all the roads closed.
Just being around with people is really good fun. See people out on their bike. Coming down the Mall was probably the best bit.
If you want to start cycling, it's really fun, and like just get on your bike. You don't have to cycle competitively or anything. It's really good.
Provincial Ride London Surrey Classic for 2018 is underway. We've got a ride for the next 80k. But one rider stepping off, and that looks like the German champion. Leader of the German national road race champion, Ackermann, is going to fire. We've got the Italian road race champion, Elia Viviani's ready to go. Here we are as we wind up for the gallop. It's Team Sunweb in prime position as well, and here comes Viviani, who's coming off the wheel of Garcia and going for the line, but Ackermann on the left has got a nice start. It's the 2 national road race champion. It's Ackermann against Viviani. Ackermann is going to get it. Pascal Ackermann has got the victory. Provincial Ride London Surrey Classic for 2018.
The guys make a really good effort, so we tried to win until the line, but yeah, Ackermann was faster today.
It was really slippery. I crashed 80 kilometers to go, and then I had to change my bike and came back, and I think the team did an amazing job. I know they stay 100% behind me, and they did an amazing job, and I'm really proud of the team, what I did today, and I'm lucky that I finished the race in the first position.
So my younger brother Tom was diagnosed in 2014 with aplastic anemia, so it's a very rare disorder, and he was in need of a bone marrow transplant in the June of 2014, and he found a match through Anthony Nolan, which he had, and it was kind of going successful, but it didn't actually take, so his bone marrow didn't take the bone marrow. The doctors were kind of thinking of another way that they could help him, and they decided that they would try and do a bone marrow transplant from me. So in February 2015 he had a transplant from me, and everything was actually looking great, looking quite successful, and he came round well from it. And then around 6 weeks later he was given 2 days to live, and he got another disease, and the doctors were trying to cure it, but they weren't very confident, and he only had 2 days to live, but they had a drug that could help this disease, but it would take 5 days to work. They tried it, and 2 days, 3 days later it actually started coming round, and it was an unbelievable feeling that we thought things were going to be on the way up. You've hit rock bottom, what you think is rock bottom, and you're on the way up. So that was a good thing for us, and we helped Tom get stronger and get better, and tried to give him as many experiences as possible. We took him to like Le Mans 24 hours, and tried to do as many things as possible and make the most of time, because it just taught us that you never know how long you have left. In October 2017 the doctor rang, and he thought, oh yeah, your cells are going up, the counts are going up, it's looking good. It's not only going up by a little bit, but this could be the start of something positive. And actually 2 days later, after me and my mum and Tom getting really excited, it turned out that he actually had AML, so acute myeloid leukemia, and this was the reason why his cells had gone up, because the cancer, he now had cancer. So he kind of had to just enjoy the last days really, and from the October until the 11th of June when Tom passed away, we just made it in 2018. We just made as many memories and experiences as possible, but this is the reason why we're going to do the Prudential Ride London Surrey 100 in August 2019, and we're going to ride for Tom.
For us it's really important to take part in the Ride London 100 this year together with Hannah, because it's our chance to come together as a team, not only the riders, but as well the staff and even our manager, and take part in this charity ride. And for us it has a special meaning, because Hannah, she lost her brother through cancer, and so it's our chance as a team to support her and a big charity.
Yeah, we have 12 people doing it, which is fantastic. So we've got the 6 riders who are doing the Classique the night before. 2 of the riders who are doing it, many will know, famous riders, Kirsten Wild and Lisa Brennard. And then there's 4 other riders who are doing it, who will be racing the Classique as well. And then we've also got 6 staff, so 12 of us in total, which is going to be a great laugh. I'm hoping Lisa and Kirsten will give us a push.
We're doing the 100 miles like it was a team, and it's actually really nice because with a group it's everything easier to have fun, to enjoy the bike ride with all your people what you're working with, and it's actually more nice to also have fun together, not only working. So I'm happy with doing it with the whole team.
As some of us will also take part at the Classique the night before, for sure our legs will be so sore when we start the Ride London 100, but actually it doesn't matter, and we will line up together as a team, and we will for sure soon forget about the pain in the legs.
It's not a race, we can take our time, we can just soak it all up and enjoy the atmosphere as well, but you know, also to remember the work that Anthony and Nolan do for people with blood disorders and blood cancer to help them find the perfect match of a bone marrow transplant. So I think, you know, we're going to be raising a lot of money for Anthony and Nolan, and I hope, you know, people get behind us as well to help us raise as much money and awareness as possible for the great work that Anthony and Nolan do. I just think it's just going to be a fantastic day, and I'm sure, you know, once you ride down the mile after riding 100 miles, it's not just going to be my legs that are crying and screaming at me, but probably have a few tears in my eyes as well as we complete it.
In the last 3.5 years, I've had 2 heart attacks, which came totally out of the blue. I've since learnt that they are SCAD heart attacks, which means it's a spontaneous coronary artery dissection, which in its very nature means that it does just happen without any warning at all. It's comparatively rare, but certainly undiagnosed condition that affects mainly young to middle-aged women. But I've managed to get fit again and ride the Prudential Ride London for the 2nd time. It will mean a lot to me. It's important, I think, particularly when you or your family have been affected by something personally. It gives a lot more meaning to it, and yes, I'm looking forward to doing my bit and raising as much money as I can in the process.
Having been a regular cyclist, I'd retired 2 years early, so I was out on my bike with my brother, which was a weekly event, and just 4 miles into a ride I suffered a sudden cardiac arrest. Fortuitously for me, I was amongst people that immediately rushed to my aid and started CPR, and subsequently used a defibrillator to shock me back into life. Yeah, these were the gloves that I was wearing on the day of my cardiac arrest. It was only the 2nd ride I'd taken in them. So when the paramedics arrived, they were preparing me for transport to the hospital. So they've all wrote the drugs that they'd given me and the time that they'd given me those drugs, getting me ready for the hospital admission. A big event like this, I would imagine, is invaluable in terms of putting the British Heart Foundation in the mindset of a lot more people.
My name's George Frost. We're here in Richmond Park in preparation for the Prudential Ride London. 500 of us are riding for the Miles Frost Fund to raise as much money as possible for HCM and other heart inherited conditions. We set up the Miles Frost Fund in 2017 after we found out that Miles, who died suddenly and unexpectedly of what transpired to be HCM, inheritable heart condition. And though we thought at the beginning it was a 1 in a million, freak occurrence, it actually wasn't. So we felt that through that moment of great sadness and deep darkness, I suppose, there was a light there, which was we could help people who were in a similar position as Miles and try to prevent families having to go through the hell and agony that me and my brother went through, and all of Miles' friends and family. It's incredible that the Miles Frost Fund is Charity of the Year this year at Prudential Ride London. It means the world to us, and it means the world to anyone who even met Miles, that not only is it the fact that we're going to be raising this money for such a fantastic cause, but that we all know that the fund that we're raising it for, the Miles Frost Fund with the British Heart Foundation backing it up, there's no more just reason to raise money than for that. So to have it with this sort of championing position as it has got means the world to us.
As soon as I started this role, one of the first things I was looking at is how can we build the team environment really, and just create different culture within the GB team. And one of the things which all the lads asked for, and which is at the top of my list really, is bringing the group together as much as possible, just to try and create a tight-knit team, and just so it's not that team that just turns up the day before a race at a major event and kind of hope for the best. We want to have a real team, who know each other inside out, and that's staff, that's riders, it's everyone. So yeah, Prudential Ride London Classic was top of my list really of one of those events where we can get together as a national team, and yeah, we're super happy to be invited.
I ride on the road and the track, so I'm a bit of an all-rounder, and last year I won the World and European Championships. I won one title on each. It's my first World Tour race. I've done a couple of ones one level down, but there's not many opportunities to get to race in a national team. It'll be a level above with most of the World Tour teams there. Just increases the whole bunch will be pretty good. I hope to go to the Tokyo Olympics and try and win a few gold medals there if possible. Have some more focus on the road probably after that and be a professional cyclist.
Been riding for a long time now. Originally started off on track, so I've been doing track my whole life really, and then been mixed it with road as well. I won gold at European Games last year on the track. I've won 4 golds at under 23 Euros. Just come back off Baby's Year after winning a stage. We're all going so well. Coming away with 4 stage wins at Baby's Year. Yeah, it's pretty impressive from the team. We get on really well, so yeah, we're all happy for each other really. I mean, I have a lot of family down in London, so hopefully they'll come and watch. Yeah, it's obviously my first World Tour race, so yeah, I'm looking forward to riding with the big boys.
The race was quick from the start, and a few people tried to get away, but because we were in teams, everyone worked together to chase it down, and I just sat in most of the way. It was great because I wasn't expecting it because I didn't feel great, and then Fred led me out down straight and it was perfect, and I still just got it.
I was about 15 years old, I think 2014, yeah. Started at Herne Hill in London, and about 2012, 2013 time, so 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, my whole family came actually. It was one of the first races, and it was really cool to be racing in front of Buckingham Palace. Fred, also from London, was helping me out, and then it was me against Matt Walls actually sprinting down the mile. There's some people that aren't here anymore kind of thing, but obviously at the time it was a national level race, and a lot of the people that were good then are still good now, so we were racing each other then and we're still racing each other now. I look very young, definitely, but it was a good win though, yeah.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2011, and unfortunately I had to have a mastectomy and then followed with chemotherapy and radiotherapy. And after I'd been through all of that, I decided that I'd get involved with Prevent Breast Cancer. And kind of give back in a way.
So I had bone cancer in my 20s and then in my 30s breast cancer. I'm riding the Prudential Ride London to Surrey 46 because I want to raise money for Prevent Breast Cancer. Obviously I've got a personal connection, I've got a personal history with breast cancer, and so I want to do what I can.
I had a genetic test done when I was 9, which diagnosed me with TP53, which is a high-risk cancer gene. So I'd lost my mum, my auntie and my grandmother before I was 8. And then when I was 22, I had a preventative double mastectomy to try and reduce that risk, and it was really Prevent that supported me through that.
As the first ever Charity of the Year partner for the Prudential Ride London to Surrey 46 event, we are incredibly excited at this opportunity. It will give us a platform to raise awareness of who we are and what we do. Prevent Breast Cancer is the UK's only charity entirely dedicated to the prediction and prevention of breast cancer. Our research is so vitally important as we want to accurately predict those at risk of breast cancer so we can target prevention, and our vision is to protect our future generations.
Never done a cycling event before, so I'm very much looking forward to the atmosphere. So just to be on the start line ready to go with so many other riders riding for different causes would be brilliant.
If you are new to cycling or you're thinking about taking it up as a sport, it's a brilliant sport, and having the target of doing this 46 event in this amazing atmosphere is brilliant. Just give it a go, because 46 miles is a really achievable distance.
The charity means to me hope for generations of women, and a realistic chance of actually the disease being prevented in the future.
And the fact that I'm a lot more likely to see my 5-year-old daughter grow up. By the time I was 7, I was losing my mum, so the fact that my daughter now doesn't have to go through that is vastly down to Prevent Breast Cancer and all the support they gave me.
Here at the Bike Project, we provide second-hand bikes to refugees and asylum seekers in London, and we've been doing this for a number of years. And one of the things we were looking to do was improve the access that the refugees have to sports opportunities, develop their ability to cycle a bit further, a bit longer. So today we're here doing a training ride in preparation for the big ride, where they're all going to do Ride London 46, and it's already a huge benefit. There are refugees here today.
It was the first time for me, so I'm really excited. So it's like a challenge for myself, which is I will see if I can do something like this. After that, maybe I'll do something bigger. Let me see.
The Bike Buddy scheme marries volunteer cyclists in London with our beneficiaries, and the idea being that we don't want that to be our final contact of our beneficiaries, and we appreciate that grabbing a bike in a new city can be a pretty intimidating thing, especially in London. So our volunteers will meet up with the beneficiaries and they'll explore the local area together, explore all of London's great cycling network.
Prudential Pru Goals has been so important to us. It's given the whole team something to focus on. It's really brought us together. It's built a bridge between our staff and our beneficiaries, and they've been really inspirational. And it's not always the people that have got the most experience cycling that are leading the way. We've got some people that have only ridden a couple of miles at a time before, and they're really kind of spurring the team on, and we're all rallying behind each other. So it's been really important for us as an organisation to kind of make that next step.
It's really lovely thing. I haven't discovered London yet. I'm 3 years here, I haven't discovered London yet, and he keep every week taking me to a new area to cycle there and enjoying talking while we're cycling, seeing natural places, and it's really good, lovely thing.
the London Classics is 3 iconic mass participation events put together. That is the Virgin Money London Marathon, Prudential Ride London Surrey 100 and the Swim Serpentine open water swimming event, 2 miles here in Hyde Park. And we're challenging people to do any one of those events, and it will hopefully place a seed in their minds that they could become someone that's done all 3.
So in terms of London Classics, London Marathon, Ride London and now the Swim Serpentine. Those of you in contention for London Classics, it's worthwhile. I've never had a medal as big. This makes my Olympic medal look miniature.
A really good feeling internally that you kind of achieved quite a lot and you kind of ticked all 3. Being kind of from London as well, then it makes it feel good that you've kind of completed the London Classics.
All great events, especially helps on the day when there's a good atmosphere. I think it's all the encouragement that you get helps you around. Certainly, I've had all the events, the marathon, the cycle, this. When you hear people cheering, and it helps you along.
We want people to have conquered London and be people that have done the London Classics.
So the Children of Cancer UK Swim Serpentine, it's an absolutely fantastic event. It is one of the best events in the world, I feel. It's got a festival atmosphere. We have over 6,000 people taking part, but it's spread throughout the day, so it's really welcoming for those new to the sport. And that's really what we're trying to get. People who aren't used to swimming in open water, and we have a really nice environment for them to come and take part in this great half-mile, 1 mile and 2 mile swims. It's just incredible being immersed in nature. So most people have swam in swimming pools or maybe when they go on holiday, but just to be in the open water in the middle of London or in the coast or in the Lake District, wherever it is, it's just a wonderful sport to be involved with. You can do it competitively, you can do it for fun, you can just take your children and go swimming in a nice pool. So it's something there's something for everybody, and that's the main thing. It sort of gets you out of just being indoors, going up and down the lanes, and you can go exploring, you can try and swim in these wild places. And as I said, this event is right in the heart of London, which is really special. So it's a really fantastic, enjoyable and welcoming event.
When Chris Braysher and John Disley founded the London Marathon in 1981, one of the founding aims was to raise money for sport and recreational facilities. Their vision was the profits from the event and all other events organised by London Marathon Events Limited should go to a charity that encourages people to take part in physical activity. They created the London Marathon Charitable Trust to distribute the profits.
London Marathon Charitable Trust owns London Marathon events, and all the profit that we make from staging all of the events, whether it's been London Marathon, Ride London, any of the other events, goes to London Marathon Charitable Trust, and they then put that money into helping improve facilities in the areas where we hold events.
A lot of users come in and have no idea sort of how the site was before. The first impression that we're able to give to everybody that walks in here is mountains better. So massive thank you to the London Marathon Trust.
The London Marathon Charitable Trust will fund projects from archery to Zumba, BMX, cycling, swimming. We provide funding between £5,000 and £20,000. We also have a major capital grants programme which provides funds between £20,000 and £150,000. The London Marathon Charitable Trust provides an ongoing legacy, an ongoing way that people can be inspired to participate in physical activity.
BMX has changed my life, and it's changed so many lives, especially in a neighbourhood like this. It's such a positive thing to have, and thanks to the London Marathon Charitable Trust, it's just giving everyone a positive light and something to strive towards, so a big thank you to them.
One of our key actions that we're trying to do is getting people more active. Doing facilities that are going to attract people who otherwise wouldn't take part in sport and physical activity.
The London Marathon do some fantastic things, and having their own fund and being able to support projects, it's really nice to see as an organisation is that they're funding projects around London and around the rest of the country.
So we're here to launch the Cycle Surrey Hills Trails, and I'm from the London Marathon Charitable Trust, who's funded this project. It's a great initiative, getting all the community, everyone into physical activity. This particular project, we've invested £19,000 and we do a huge amount just to get people physically active and involved in physical activity.
The opening of routes like this is going to be hugely influential to get more people cycling. This is a light environment for people to come cycling. If they want to stop there and it's just a leisure activity, or they want to take it further, this is a great stepping stone into sport.
We're always trying to make sure that sport is accessible for all, for cycling in particular, and being on a trail such as this, which is in a safe environment, is absolutely important, and it's great to get everyone involved of all ages, all abilities, all levels.